Welcome along and welcome to Attingham Park. We are heading into Attingham, where we're going to go and pick out our farm where we're going to be doing this series on. So, this is a start from scratch series. It's not a follow-on from my roleplay in FS19 because I want to do something a little bit different and a little bit explore the map a little bit more. And a start from scratch I always find is fairly good for that. So for that, the first thing we've got, of course, is our landy here. This is actually on a lease because I worked out the maths and I can't really afford to purchase it outright on the farm. So we do have the lease to buy on here. So my hope is eventually we will be buying our defender, but as it stands at the moment, we can't afford it because we are going to be doing this farm here. Now, this is a malt house farm. It's horses. I think it's horses and pigs on here. We're only going to be doing one of those animals, and because of the way that GB Modding has built this map, we're going to be able to reshape the yard with the other half for stuff that we want to do. So this is where we're going to start out. It's going to be fairly expensive. It's got some fairly big fields, but let's have a look at the map. And yeah, we are at this top corner here. So initially we are looking to purchase this fairly large area here. It encompasses field 3 and field 12. Its yield potential is not great, but it does include the farmyard. So that's why I want it more than anything. That is going to cost us 456,000. We have 496 available. So I'm hoping that we're going to have 40,000. It's 59,000. I want to get field 1, and I want to get field 1 today. But it's going to cut into our money to buy equipment. I think it's going to be worth it, and I think we're going to make money overall from these. So the other thing I initially need to do is actually max out our loan. We start from scratch with a £200,000 loan. We are going to max that out because there is absolutely no way I can see that I'm not going to need the maximum loan straight off the bat. If we end up with money left over today, we will pay it back. But yeah, we're going to need that. So let's go into here. We're going to buy these fields here, get ourselves the yard. Yes, please. And then we're going to buy field 1. And the reason why we're buying field 1, it's part of these clump of fields here. So 1, 2, 3, 12, 13, and 14, I think are a great place for us to get a farm. And then I think we'll expand over the river as well. There's some good fields out there as well. But field 1 has a yield potential of 125%. It's all loam, and it's got a crop ready to harvest. So we're going to buy that. Yes. Right, so that leaves us with 280,000. And you're beginning to see now why I could not afford to buy this landy outright and needed to actually lease it, at least initially on here. I do get lost in this yard, but we're heading this way. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of the horses. So now that we've bought this, let's head into here. And yeah, reshaping the yard. The first thing, we are not going to be doing horses on here. And the horse area is this massive barn here and all this area over here. So I think getting rid of that is going to be quite good. Probably going to bring us a little bit of money in as well. 59,000. It's paying for field 1. That's fantastic. So yeah, we'll sell off the horse building. Opens up a whole area for us here. I do have something I want to put into this area. We might end up removing this barn as well and concentrating our yard over this way. But yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, brings us back into an area where we're a lot better off with the money. What I need to do now, though, is head down to the shop. We are going to get something to go and harvest this field. I want to double check that we do actually have a crop in this field, because farm sim can be funny sometimes. There is still a problem with contracts at the moment, but I have put the modified version of better contracts on here. So let's have a look. So field 1 is wheat and field 1 is ready to harvest. Perfect. How much is field 10? Field 10 is 86,000. Maybe if we have enough. Right, let's go into the shop and select some equipment, I think. So first things first is I'm going to check the sales. And yeah, I did know about this came up. So if you were in my stream last night, I put the question, should we get this Kubota or should we get the Zebra? And it was a 55 to 45% choice for the Zebra. So we are going to be getting that to work around the yard. I don't need to buy it immediately, but that tractor there is going to be our front loader tractor and our yard working tractor. It's probably going to cost us about 60-odd thousand to get it. The tractor I want to do most of the work with, though, is this. This is the 7810 Forces 3. It is a fantastic mod and a fantastic tractor. So we are going to be putting Michelin tires on it. I'm going to put a right beacon 2 on it, which is there, which I like. And we are going to keep the original exhaust. We're going to throw the extra work lights on it. No mud guards, because no mud guards. No front guard, air conditioning. You see, what does the air conditioning do? I'd like AC on my tractor, I think. Where are you? AC. Yeah, it must be on the inside. How much does it add? 3,000 to put AC in the tractor. And I can't see where it goes. Oh, hang on. Is it at the sides? I think it's at the sides there. Nope. I have no idea where the AC goes. So we'll swelter a bit. Front loader attacher we're not putting on here. Engine setup. 7810 is 105 horsepower. That is not going to be enough for us. So we are going to get the turbo conversion on here. Costs an extra 6,000, will be worth it. And then I want to put a decent front weight on here. So we're going to go for the not quite largest setting. So a 520k weight. And then license plate. We got no plate. Now, I think we've only got 2 types of plate on here. So it's going to be an interesting choice for what we have. I think we're going to go AP 01, because this is our first tractor. And then I'm going to choose 3 initials based on a patron. So the lucky patron is chosen at random is FarmCatGR. So FCR is going to be the number plate on the back of this. So we will okay that. Oh, I need to set it to back only. I don't like the number plate on the front of here. So yeah, back only, and that is looking fantastic. So we are going to buy that tractor for 53,200. Now I need a trailer to cart with, and what we're going to do is use a classic 90s trailer. This is the Marston Ace 10 1993 edition. Configuration is for grain, because that's what we're going to be doing. It takes 14,000 litres, which is perfect for the combines I have in mind. BKT tyres are good. Sashi colour we want to leave. I want a ladder on there. I want a beacon on there. A right beacon on there. Okay, so I can only do left. Okay, we're going to do left. Marston is the branding. We will put a cover on, and we're going to go with the yellow. Oh, no. Main colour. We want the Marston blue. We will go with Marston blue old. I'd like it a little bit worn. And yeah, then the yellow on the top. And yep, we need to choose another number plate for here. So actually, I'm going to do number plates on the tractors. So yeah, number plates on the tractors are not on here. So we're going to leave this as FCR because that is the tractor number plate, and we're going to buy that as well. Now we're going to need a harvester. Now my initial thing on here was I have got the TX32 in. It's only 55,000. But the one I downloaded for this was this TR series of combines by Tired Iron Modding. Now 55,000 on the TX32, that gets us a 5,600 litre grain tank. So the equivalent is, I think, the 86. Yes, slightly bigger grain tank. And no choice on tires other than wheel setup, either four-wheel drive or standard. We're going to leave standard, no GPS. This has a 6,695. So yeah, this should do 2 loads into our trailer. It is 80,000. Factory grains. Wow. Factory grain tank adds 2,000 onto it. So yeah, this is a nice 80s combine. I actually had a Britain's toy of one of these, which is quite cool. So yeah, I want to grab this. I'm hoping this is going to take the 6-meter header on it, and we'll see if that works. But yeah, buy this for 80,000. So it's significantly more expensive than our TX, but want to use a different one to the TX. I'm always using the TX. And then we have 2 headers here. I am going to put I'm going to get the 6-meter for 38,000. So we will buy that as well. And then we need a header trailer as well. So under here, we've got the 6-meter header trailer here. Rim color, I'm going to go with the white. I prefer the white rims. And it's either Lizard, Trelleborg, or Vredestein. So we'll go with the Trelleborg tires. And I need to change the combine. So we'll select the combine plate now. Yeah, let's see who from the Patreon this is going to be. The second person chosen at random from the Producer Level Patrons is Gareth. So I'm just going to put GAR for his number plate on here. So APO2GAR. We'll get the combine switch to this in a moment. Back only and okay. And that we want to buy as well. So there we are. There is our initial fleet of equipment. We've got a Ford 7810, a Marston trailer, a New Holland TR86, a 6-meter header, and a header trailer. Perfect. Right, as I said, we do need to sort out the number plate for this. So let's get this open, and we need to move the combine anyway. That header is not a great match for the color of this. I don't think there are any headers for this. It certainly didn't come with any headers in the pack. So, yeah, not sure what's happening there. Right, let's back this into here a little bit. I'm going to have to go round. Where are you? There we go. That should be far enough in. Yeah. Customize. It doesn't have a number plate. Wow, okay. So that's why. It's an interesting mod. We may end up going back to the TX36, especially if this doesn't work so well. We should make enough money to... TX32. We should make enough money to do that. This combine... Oh, no. No, this will be fine. I was about to say this combine won't work, but we didn't have it in the right place for the header trailer. Right. Before we get this down to the field, let's put the auger out and just see. Yeah, look at that. 6-meter header will work with this combine. Fantastic. Yeah, we need to unfold the harvester, apparently. I think this is because... Oh, no, I hear stuff connecting. Yeah, there we go. And we do have the correct setup on here to get this all working properly. So disconnect all that, and then we can hook this all up. Do we have a tow hitch on this? Yes, we do. So yeah, we can get this up to the field. So it turns out what I thought was a tow hitch isn't, which is fine. What we'll do is we'll get the combine up to the field with on its own, and then we can take the header on the back of the landy, which is part of the reason why we have the landy. We want to be able to get stuff moved about if we need to, and once we get the animals in and get them working, we're going to be in a position where we're going to need to take stuff to market and do bits and pieces. So that is where that's going to come in. This 7810 looks magnificent on this Marston. These were two pieces of equipment that are absolutely designed to go together. So let's follow there. Yep. And then we'll get the landy going, and we'll get down to the field. And the aim of this series is to try and build up our farm as quickly as we can. In we go. I mean, this field here is huge. I'm not expecting us to ever really be able to purchase that. But I think we should be able to get the rest of them. And a 6-meter header should do us fairly well for all of this. The entrance to this is actually nearly right back round where our farmyard is. Some nice big gateways in here, which isn't surprising considering the size of some of the equipment that you would need to do these roads. Yeah, field 2, definitely a field that is on my target list. But it may be a case of we end up getting 2 combines to do some of these bigger fields and run things a little bit later on. Right, there we go. What I want to do now is take the hired worker off this. The landy is right up the back of this tractor because I think it's actually following, yeah, it's following the combine, not the tractor. There's a little bit of hedge just sticking out there. Right, so let's get this into the field and parked here. And this really is a dream setup for me. I'm already happy with what we've got on here. We've got 147,000 left. As I said, field 10 is ready to harvest as well. So if that doesn't get harvested today, then we might pick that up as well. He's just over the road. Let's have a look. So field 10 there is fairly awful as far as soil goes, but price is 86,000, which is a really good price. Let's have a quick look and see what it is that is being available to harvest. It's oats on there as well, so that would be pretty good. I'm actually very, very tempted by that field. As opposed to, yeah, everything else around there. Field 9 is about ready to go as well, and is fairly cheap. I think I'm going to have to decide this in a bit. It'll probably get harvested by the time I decide to go for it. But it's very, very tempting. And we're not going to need some of the equipment until next year. So, yeah. By the time we need the equipment, we should get the money in. So, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting choice. We'll know by the end of this video, though, because by the end of this video, I will have made my decision. Right, everything's hooked up. Let's turn on the thresher, turn on the harvester, and yeah, look at this. This does seem like a slightly large header for this, but it does fit on it. So, and it does run it. So we are gonna go in, and it's got a larger capacity, this combine, of course, than the other one. Now, is this doing... Yeah, this is doing straw, which is exactly what we want. And... Oof. Okay. Away we go. This is not the greatest of yields. But it is slowing this combine down to 3 miles an hour. Combine experience is back. And so is the slow harvest. It's a long, drawn-out process going around with the combine experience mod on. But it is much, much more realistic. And we'll do fine. We'll be okay. I'm quite pleased. We've got, what, 7/8 of the way around the field. And currently we are only 55% full. So it's pretty good on capacity, especially for fields of this size. Now this field, field 1, comparison to our biggest field, field 12. This is a tiny, tiny part, and it's going to be quite a big job to get field 12 harvested. Thankfully, it's soybeans, I think, at the moment, and I think we're eventually going to have to split field 12 into several. We may even have to do that just to get it harvested, simply because otherwise it's going to take forever. It's going to take a while anyway with this setup. So we'll see how we go. If we need to hire something bigger, we'll have to hire something bigger. But I prefer not to, because obviously we spent £80,000 on a harvester. And you know what? The HP, or the horsepower of this, is higher than the TX32. So I think the TX32 would have struggled to have used this header on here with the combine experience. I think we'd have needed a TX36 engine, which of course, unfortunately, is not available at the moment. Made about halfway back around the field before the combine was full. So we're going to head around and empty it out now. It's going quite well. I am concerned because if we hit a field with a higher yield than this, especially on something like wheat or barley, I'm a little bit worried about how much it might slow it all down. But as it stands at the moment, do I need to I can't turn that on. Yeah, start overloading. There we go. Right, lift up the front. Lay it out a little bit. Perfect. There we go. All emptied out. And down. And away we go again. And let's get the auger in. Perfect. That is not bad. And yeah, as I said, our tractor and trailer should take 2 full loads off this combine. It'll be about a 90 to 95% full trailer, which is absolutely fine. Means that we can just keep going. And what I will probably do is just set a hired worker going while we are emptying, just to keep things moving, because as I said, we're only moving at 3 miles an hour and it's not the fastest of harvests, but it is a tad more realistic. Given that today is the last day we're able to harvest both wheat and oats, and field 10 is oats, and the speed we're going through this field here, I think we're probably in a position where we're not going to buy field 10. I think buying field 10 would be preemptive and would not actually help us as much as I think it initially would. We do have a massive field of soybeans that we're going to be harvesting, and so I'm not too worried from that point of view. What I am going to do now, though, is we're not going to cut in. We're going to cut along the edge here, get ourselves nicely lined up. I think I got myself a straight edge here. Right, and then once I've done that, we'll get a hired worker going along this edge here who, yep, is going at a nice speed, and we'll go and get the tractor and trailer. This is pretty perfect. I'm already very, very pleased with my setup on here. These two work well together, and while it's not the TX, which is the combine that I am most familiar with, it is quite cool to see the Ford working alongside the New Holland. Is this gonna empty? Come on. Or is that interfering? I think the manual unload is interfering by the looks of things, because that does not seem to want to unload at all into this trailer. That's unfortunate. So there do seem to be a few issues with this combine. Not massive ones, just slightly annoying ones. Taking control of the harvester, and we'll just see if we can get this to unload. Yeah, it's not acting like a normal unload would, and it seems the hide worker's having a little bit of trouble handling it as well. I'll have to have a look into that and see if there's any errors that are being flagged anywhere. Combine is empty. The trailer isn't quite full. It wasn't a full combine, so yeah, it's a little bit down, but I reckon it's well over 80%. So let's start up the cutter. Let's start the threshing. Yeah, thresher. Another fantastic feature of combine experience. And away we go with the hired worker doing that, while we head back up to the farm and seek out our grain store. And yeah, into the back part of the yard. 13,114 litres is not a bad amount, to be honest, so far. And that's just that's not even, yeah, that's the headland and a row, so that's not bad at all. Yeah, look at all this space we've got in this yard. Fantastic. We've got a few things I want to add. I think we're probably going to do a greenhouse. No, we're not going to do a greenhouse. We're going to do an open air garden on here. Yeah, we're probably going to build a house. There's no space for we've got no house at the moment, and we've got all of this area here, which just looks like the area where you'd put a house. So, yeah, we're probably going to do that. This is why I say these sheds here may not survive. We might concentrate the farmyard over this way, and leave that for other bits and pieces. Right, trailer's empty. Into our barn. We're going to do the realism setup for the grain store. So as we only have 2 silos, we can only put a maximum of 2 crops in those silos. So if we want to have a 3rd crop, we're going to have to dump it on the ground. And we do have 3 crops here. We've got soybeans, sorghum, and of course wheat, which we're harvesting at the moment. So probably the sorghum, I think it is going to have to go on the floor, because that's the crop we've got the least of. I'm going to square the field up now, and we are going to lose a little bit of straw because of this, because we do have the Beware of Straw mod on here, and yeah, it picks it up. It does throw a little bit out the back, but not as much as it picked up. So it's quite a good mod for realism in that way, and I really like it. What we'll be able to do now, of course, is just take this section here and complete that as a rectangle, and this section here and complete as a rectangle, and hopefully get this field sorted today, because yeah, we're going to lose this crop overnight. It will withers in September, and we need to clear it out as much as possible. We're going to have to empty on this row at some point. We're up to a 93% full. So yeah, we've got quite a full combine here. It's not a very wide section down there. I'm not going to try and get it all in here. I'll end up getting a split, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather try and move us as far over towards this straw as possible. Give ourselves a good area to work within, and maybe, just maybe, get back on that next row. We are 97% full. I'm keeping a close eye on it at the moment. 99. And as soon as it goes over... Oh, where is it? It's 80? No. There we go. 6695. So turn off our reel. Get the auger out. Yep. And let's go get the tractor. A 7610 would also have worked on this for a carting job. I've used 7610s with these Marston trailers before in real life. But for the other work that we want to do on the farm, that 7810 is going to be perfect with the turbo on it. Yeah, this doesn't unload in the same way as other combines do. I should be able to control it on my side panel, and for some reason I can't. And we seem to have the same problem with the hired worker being unable to unload. So I'm wondering if that is the manual unload, or if the combine experience maybe has something that overrides the manual unload. That's a distinct possibility as well. I need to have a look at that mod a little bit more, or maybe just take it off here and see what effect it has. All in all, though, this is going fairly well, and we can leave the tractor there, so we can start that back up. Yeah, and lower that down. I wonder, actually. Start that up. I wonder if I have to have it selected. Maybe that's the thing, because everything is treated so separately in the combine experience. I wonder if that's the bit that makes the difference. Given the speed this combine is moving through this section, I do wonder if a 4-meter header would work better. It might do. We'd have to see. Must be some headers for these combines, because I'm sure I've seen them with headers on Tired Iron Modding's page. Ones that matched the same color yellow as these combines are. So I'm going to go and have a look and see. But this 6-meter header is working fine. It is just that it's going fairly slow because of how much is going into it. Well into the evening now, and well into the final part of the field. Don't think we're expecting a full grain tank off here. This is, yeah, we're nearly half full, and we 4 rows into it with maybe 3, 4, but not 4 full ones left. So, yeah, not going to be a full grain tank off here. Going to be about 80-90% full on the trailer, which is good. That'll give us about another 12,000. Should give us about 25,000 litres off this field. Overall, not bad considering we are well down on the yield here. I think we're probably looking at about a 60% yield. So, yeah, this field can produce so much more than we're going to get off it this harvest. The final row, and we've got 5,200 litres in here. It's a decent amount, considering we've got nearly 7,000 litres in the full tank from earlier. Yeah, we're looking at about 12 to 13,000 off here, which is brilliant. Right, and out. That off. That off. And then auger out. And we can get this emptied. So, yeah, 5,400 in the combine. I think we've got 6,900-ish. There we go. What have we got in here? Oh, we're already up to 7,000. We'll see what this tops out at. And then, yeah, that'll give us a good idea overall where we are. And so my estimate is about 12,000, between 12 and 13,000. We're over 12,000. There we go. 12,166. Together with the 13,000 that we've already got, that's actually a significant amount of wheat that we've got off here. So let's turn this off. I'm going to turn its lights off as well. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take that down to the shed and get it tipped out. For now, though, that is where we're going to leave our first episode of Attingham Park, which means that all remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.